Welcome to my third video on YouTube for the Secret Project. If you're looking for more updates, not like a week apart, you can go to either Insta or TikTok. They're basically both like the same video, so you don't have to like, if you don't like one, you can just go to the other one. But I post every day about the Secret Project. Why is it called that? Because when I started 22 days ago, I thought it would just be like a fun name for this project. So go back to the first video in this series to kind of get a better understanding of what this is. So let's just jump right into it. This is going to be from day 15 to day 21. You're watching this on day 22. I'm recording this on day 22 and I have not wrote today. For last week, remember, I basically took everything I wrote, threw it away, because I was changing things and then I changed perspectives, POVs. I'm really liking that I did change POVs. I changed to false point of view and it's only one person. I think that fits the story a lot better. Day 15, an amazing day. I finished the revisions that I was doing to get to that point, right? And I also, very importantly, was able to get back to the point in which I basically restarted it. I deleted everything I had, and I was like, okay, I kind of know where I'm going because, I was getting to this point. But on day 15, got to the point that I restarted, that's good news. Day 15, though, I only wrote 406 words, totaling 7,840. So while yes, I got to the point where I restarted and did all this revision stuff with, I didn't write the most. And you're gonna see throughout this entire video, it is numbers of going up, huge amounts of progress, and then we didn't go into the negatives. I'll say that. Day 16, not much happened. I wrote 943 additional words, totaling us to 8,783. Day 17, we are now at 10,921, so that does mean that I wrote 2,183 words. So, like, now we're in the 10,000 range. We're so close, kind of not really, to my um, 15,000 was actually, or the 8 15,000s was around when restarted. I didn't write it down, but that's how much I had that I restarted. So, day 18, middle of the day, if not later in the day, I was just like, you know what? What if I try to get to 15,000 that day? And you know what? I only got to 13,751 volts, so I only added 2,830 volts. Now, the reason why it's kind of funny, I would have made it, but I got distracted by both Big Brother and Alice in Borderland Season 3 coming out on Netflix. Uh, I got distracted by both those things. Because of that, I didn't get to the 15,000 word count. You're going to see that Big Brother has been a distraction for me. Um, so day 19, it's all good because I wrote a total of 15,118 words. So I wrote, I increased it by 1,367. Now, I'm writing, and the reason why I don't write more than that is one, I had a headache. Two, because I realized I'm like, okay, I need to actually plot what's gonna happen here. I can't just like write because if I do that, I'm gonna have so many plot holes. So I need to like make decisions. Is what I'm setting up a red herring, or is it just like, is it a misdirect, or is it actually happening? The next day, day 20, I wrote 0 words because I'm not doing it the old-fashioned way. If it's not in the document, I'm not counting it. So all the plotting that I did not count each individual word. I just said 0. I'm lazy. So I plotted. Day 21. The last day for this video, I wrote an additional 532 words, leaving my total word count at 15,650 words. Now, the reason why it's not that big of progress is one, I was plotting some more. I was just like, I don't know if this is too many or not enough, because if you watched my TikToks, you would know I am potentially going to have them go into combat, go and start initiative, fighting, all that kind of stuff. Um, like, there was a threat. So I had to figure out, one, is that real? Two, how many are there? All this kind of stuff. So that was day 20 and day 21, me just like figuring out all that kind of stuff and realizing stuff about power scaling. Mostly that technically it's my story, my magic system, so it's kind of on me to make it seem believable. Right? And I was like, wow. Oof. Um, but that is what I'm currently at, 15,650 words. Last night was Big Brother 27, season 27's finale night. So before you're like, Cheyenne, how many times are you gonna get distracted by Big Brother? Well, I shouldn't until next summer, because last night was the finale night. I'm gonna spoil things a little bit for the finale of Big Brother 27. So you had that little warning. So when Vinny was talking, I was writing. I just do 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 do. Sometimes I would look up and look at my mom because we were watching it together, and I'm just like, but not because like necessarily what he was saying, but because of how the Joy was responding. And I'm like, and then when Ashley was talking, laptop to the side, literally, I was just went. So, and then obviously when it came down to who was going to win, I was like locked in, not to the story, to who was going to win. The person who was the best competitor, especially in Final Three, did win. Who was I rooting for in the very beginning? I kind of was rooting for Ashley. I kind of did also want Rachel to potentially win again, but like, I was like, I think Ashley would be a good player, based off of game that could win. So I was happy with that. Did I want Morgan to sit in the second one, the second seat? Yes. Um, because I just thought Morgan had a better game than Vince. But, I also recognize if Morgan sat those chairs in Final Two, she was probably going to win it. So I am happy Ashley won. It was the best game decision. But during, the reason I bring it up is because during speeches, I was writing during them. And then afterwards, I kind of didn't necessarily write that much. Um, yeah, so now we're on day 22. I have not wrote anything. I slept in. I obviously am making this video during the day. Same thing with the day 21 on TikTok and Insta. Like, as soon as it hit midnight, I stopped walking on this stuff. Um, but yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this update, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye!